Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you whether it's worthwhile if you can make money off selling fertile chicken eggs. The short answer, yes. But you want to keep your flock healthy and they will reward you for that. So any mites, lice, anything, if you can, worms, you can prevent it all, then you will be rewarded and they'll give you lots of eggs. But yeah, today I'm gonna use an example, and I'm just gonna do the Rhode Island Reds for you guys. So I'll go inside and do some sums for you, and we'll see if we can make any money off them. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do some sums for you. I've got my whiteboard here, pen. I'm just going to write it all on here and show you if you make money or not. But just wanted to say, all these costings are related to New Zealand only. In America, Australia, everywhere will have different costs of the eggs, the food, whatnot. This is just related to New Zealand, and everyone's situation might be different, so this in no means is exact and how you should do things, but this is how we do things, and I thought I'd give that information to you to help you out. If you wanted to do this or thinking about doing this, it might help you out, it might not, but yeah, this is to all the people that maybe are thinking about selling fertile eggs and want to know how much money you make, or do you make money, or yeah. So I'll do some sums for you and enjoy. Okay, so to start off, we're choosing Rhode Island Red chickens, and we're just going to assume you can get some in your area, and what we're going to go with is 3 hens and 1 rooster. Just keep in mind that this rooster needs to be unrelated to these hens. You can mate them together, but then you'll get far too much interbreeding, and it's better to start right and start properly. So try to find your rooster from a different source. Just make sure you can get all of them to be purebred from a reputable breeder or whatnot. But the hens, they will cost you roughly $50 each. The rooster maybe $40. You can get them cheaper, but basically you get what you pay for. You want top quality because you want to sell top quality. So they are what you're going to pay for each. So if we add up the 3 hens and the rooster, that you'll be $190. But this flock will last you 2 years. So that's going to depreciate over 2 years. So you can divide that by 2. It'll be $95 per year. Okay, so now you will need a coop. The coop, if you build roughly something like what I've got, is maybe $400. It might house more chickens than that, but it just gives you the choice later on to have more or not. So this coop, for argument's sake, I would say it would last 10 years. So it's depreciated over 10 years, be $40 per year. Feed. That is about the main thing that will cost you a lot of money. But basically, these heavy breeds will use up 150 grams per day of feed. So 4 of them be 0.6 kgs of feed. Okay, now we sell feed for $35 per bag, and a bag weighs 25 kg. So I've done the sums, and each kg equals $1.40 per kg of feed. So if they're having 600 grams per day, and you times that by 365 days, that's in a year, you'll end up paying $307 per year in feed. The other thing you have to consider is the health products. So you who have worm treatment, you will have diatomaceous, you'll have shavings for your coop, maybe hay for your coop, for your nesting boxes. I would say all of this stuff will cost $100 per year for those extras. Okay, so we'll rub all this out and we'll add it up for you. So $95 for the chickens, $40 for the coop, $307 for the feed, and $100 for the extras. So that's going to cost you $542 per year. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the incoming. So what your chickens are actually going to make for you. So this is probably the main thing you're interested and want to know. So we're using Rhode Island Reds as our example. Let's say they'll lay 220 eggs a year for us for the first 2 years. They might lay more, they might lay less, but let's just use this example sakes. And it's pretty rough estimate to what we do, so yeah. So we've got 3 hens and they'll lay 220 eggs. So 660 eggs per year. So what does that mean? Well, let's say you sell a dozen fertile eggs every other week. So say 26 fertile eggs. You're getting $2.50 per egg. So for each dozen you're getting $30. So for that you'll get $780 for the year. So that uses 312 of your 660 eggs. So what do you do with the leftover 29 dozen? You sell them. You might have a free range setup. You might be able to sell free range eggs. Let's say you sell them for $5 a dozen, or you can have them for yourself, but they're still saving you $5 a dozen, so it still means the same principle. So if you sold them for $5 a dozen and 29 dozens, you'll end up with $145 from those eggs. So it'll be $780 plus 145. You'll end up with $925. So that is your incoming, what you'll make. So if we take your incomings minus your outgoings, leaves you with $383 profit. So it's not bad for 4 chickens. Remember, you could upscale that. You could, if you add more chickens, same size coop, same size everything for their wood shavings, everything, you might make more, but I'm just doing this for the sake of this video relative to what we do. So that's pretty much it. $383, that's how much money you make. But you have to consider, when you are selling fertile eggs, you need to make those sales. You might need to do a bit of marketing. You might need to ship eggs in the mail. If you're selling on Trade Me, you'll have to post eggs. You've got to find a way that you can wrap them. You know, there's heaps of costs involved, but mainly the purchaser will pay for your packaging. So you're not going to incur any more costs apart from maybe Trade Me fees, but you can still sell locally. You just have to get your name out there, sort of thing. And if your eggs aren't fertile, then your name will be basically mud. So to get fertile eggs, you'll have to get a day's worth of eggs, crack them open, and you're basically looking for like a round brown spot with a bulldog, like a bullseye on it. And if it's got that bullseye, that means it's fertile. We'll make an upcoming video on it and show you what it is, if it means fertile or not. And you can either do that, or you can put them in the incubator, and after a week you put a torch to it and you'll be able to see something growing inside of it. So that's another way you can tell. Don't just assume you've got a rooster that it's going to be a fertile egg. We've made that mistake. We've an infertile rooster, and luckily enough we checked our fertility before selling them and they weren't fertile, so half that season we lost productivity on that breed. So you just want to make sure that everything's right before you go selling stuff. You don't want to sell non-fertile eggs and you'll just, no one will buy eggs from you anymore. So yeah, it's a lot of work to keep them, and you want to keep them healthy as well, because basically even just stress, they can molt and they won't lay for a couple of weeks, or they'll go broody, and you want to break that broody pattern so they can lay again, or else they're not going to lay. So there's massive amounts to consider. It's not just this is how much you're going to make and that's it. You have to follow a whole lot of stuff to be able to make that money. That's why they can lay a bit more Rhode Island Reds, but I sort of downed it a bit so it gives it a little bit of perspective. But I still have a full-time job, so this ain't making our money for paying the mortgage and everything like that. I've still got to do that out of my own wages, and this is pretty much just, we do it on a larger scale. We have 11 chicken breeds at the moment, and we might have 5 or 6 hens in each one, and you know, not all of them are doing well all the time. Sometimes, you know, a rooster will die, something like that, and basically cuts, you can't sell fertile eggs. So sometimes it's hard to find roosters and whatnot. But basically, this is not going to pay your income. If you haven't got a mortgage and you got like solar panels and very low living costs, maybe on a big scale you can make a living out of it. But I'd say keep to your day job and use this just to basically build it up, and maybe one day you'll be big enough that you won't need to work. But I'd say you'd have to diversify, do a lot of things, and then maybe one day you can live off it. But I'd say for now, if you're going small scale, you might just make some pocket money on the side, and it's a good way to start. But yeah, so I hope you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more, and give me a like, and I'll see you next time.